Hi, this is Graham Standish. I'm again here to talk to you about living a fruitful life and talking about humility. And, well, clearly I just moved from the other side of the room back over to here, so I want to talk to you about humility from over here. I want to talk to you, though, about what it is that kills humility. Humility is killed by ego. I studied with a person a long time ago who said that ego stands for eking God out. But really, ego is something that lives within each of us that actually can drive humility out. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, 30-something years ago, I served as an intern as a chaplain in a hospital down in Washington, D.C. And there was a patient on the unit who had been an incredibly powerful person. He had been involved in an international corporation where he was one of the top executives. He flew to capitals all over the world. He was responsible for allowing money to flow to this nation or to that nation. And he was in our hospital, and the way I first met him was because, well, he was laying in a bed and he was yelling, "Nurse! Nurse! Nurse!" And when the nurse came, he would swear at her and curse at her and do everything and say, "When I call you, you come here." It got to the point where nobody wanted to be with him. None of the nurses. The doctor hated going there. In fact, his wife had left him. His kids didn't visit him. I was the person who was visiting him every day. And I remember him actually saying to me, "Can you get me what I want?" And I just said, "Well, no, that's not my role." And he said, "Well, what use are you anyway?" And I just simply said, "Well, I'm the one who's still willing to come and visit you." The struggle was he was overcome by ego, and it had killed his humility. Humility actually means letting go of a need for power so that we can live in love and in connection and in relationship with others. The more we seek power in life, the more it kills relationships. The more we seek harmony, the more it gives birth to love. But there's even an inverted kind of ego that people have. Another story. Years ago, when I was first starting out as a pastor, there was a member of the church I served who always had some kind of ailments. And whenever I would go and visit her, she would say to me things like, "I have COPD. The doctor has said that he has never seen COPD as bad as mine. He can't even believe I'm still breathing." And when she had swelling in her leg, she said, "The doctor said that he has never seen swelling in a leg just like mine." No matter what it was, nobody had seen anything as bad as what she had. Because she had kind of an inverted ego in proclaiming how much pain she had and how much more pain she had than others. That's also not humility. Ego can be about how powerful I am. It can also be about how much I've suffered. But there's a key here again, and it's the humility. It's the humility to be okay with who I am. It's learning to be okay with ourselves. It's learning to actually love ourselves, not thinking we're great, but to love ourselves because we know we actually are loved. We may not feel it, but we are loved. Not because we're special, but because we're a spiritual gift that was created for the world. Living in humility means living in harmony. Not on the top, not on the bottom, but as someone who's willing to live in a healthy way in life. Thank you, and I'll see you again next week.